Welcome to the Halo Outreach Podcast, where we reach out to you, the Halo community, to keep you up to date on everything that's going on in the Halo universe.
What's going on there, everybody? It's your boys back at it again. Episode 36 of the Halo Outreach Podcast. This week we got a full week of excitement of essentially just one topic of, I'm sure what everyone's probably curious about and everyone's talking about, the Halo 2 PC flighting. Pat got in over here. I got in. Our boys got in as well. So we've had some good amount of time to sink our teeth in, get down to the nitty gritty. Because I've probably played a good, I've been out since Friday, right? And so I've been playing it probably like close to 15 hours so far. Somehow my fiance still likes me. I don't know, but so that's what we're pretty much going to be talking mostly on the podcast. We're going to be talking over like the content is with the flight and also our experience with it. We're going to be talking about the schedule that's coming up with it and some of the known errors and issues. So if you guys have been having your fair share of issues when it comes to playing this flight awesomeness, words are tough.
English is hard. American is hard.
Yes, it is. I didn't make a video saying 10 issues, but there's at least like 20, 30, 40, even 40-ish errors. Yeah. I just put the 10 that were like most prominent ones, but yeah. So we're going to that. And then we'll, of course, as we do is every podcast, round off with the amount of playlist changes happening with MCC and Halo 5 for you content, XP, awesome grinding boys and grills. But before I go into that, Pat, how have you been the last week?
Oh, just wonderful.
Just fantastic.
Just chilling, enjoying quarantine. Just been in my element, gaming. I'm going to start ramping up the content again with the flight. Got a video coming out probably Friday of all the PC flight gameplay, the missions from the flight in 4K 60 frames per second.
Ooh.
For people to enjoy. And besides that, just playing some Valorant and actually enjoying it as somebody who
really,
kind of enjoyed CSGO. I kind of got into CSGO a little bit late, I would say. It is CSGO. It is literally a CSGO clone with a couple abilities sprinkled here and there, but it's got a charm to it and something just simple and simplistic about those games where I actually feel like I'm competent with mouse and keyboard, which we'll get into later. I still don't feel competent enough to play Halo with a mouse and keyboard yet. I've been trying, but and besides that, in about a half hour of recording this, I'll be celebrating my 28th birthday. So
oh my god, yeah. Pete!
Happy
birthday
drink one
to
for
Pete.
Drink one for me there, Kevin.
For the Pete.
For the Pete. And
you guys can't. I mean, guys listening on audio, which you should be on Spotify and or Podbean. Little plug there. I'm drinking a old fashioned I made with wild turkey bourbon. So, and Pat's drinking.
I'm drinking
water.
Coffee.
Were you gonna say circa what?
I was gonna say circa what? Like when was it? When was it in the barrel? Do you know all the kind of information about your bourbon? What kind of barrel was it made in? Do you know? Wood? Was it wood?
Oak,
cedar barrel?
I know that they're made in oak barrels is what bourbon is used for. Yes.
He's a connoisseur of his bourbon. Yes, nice.
Yes. I do a little research, I make sure that stuff I buy, at least I know a little bit about it before going into it.
And it's like, look at the pretty picture.
Yeah.
What about you? What have you been up to this week? I know you've been pretty busy with the wedding planning and stuff besides the flight, right?
Yeah, obviously doing the quarantine thing. Been working from home since March, so we're getting full month and a half basically now of just being home. It's I actually don't mind it because obviously my commute is about 20 steps, or not even that. My commute's about 10 steps down the hall to the office room.
Jeez, that's awesome.
I think you're getting back to work now, right? You mentioning?
Yeah. So that's fun. Yeah, and
Does it feel kind of awkward, like being back with a bunch of people, like working with this whole thing going on?
Yeah, they have everybody like spread out at work. It's kind of different, like different setup. Obviously, it's much different. And actually, they just shut down the plant again today because somebody else was positive for the virus, so they shut it down.
Oh,
and
shoot.
disinfected. Yeah, and they'll be back.
How long is it shut
tomorrow.
down for? Tomorrow? Really?
They do it overnight. They ain't shutting that plant down again anytime soon. So
Yeah.
we'll see. And we'll see how it affects. And the parts and stuff is really hard to come by right now. So we're known to do layoffs and stuff, and we'll see where that leads. So that's kind of nerve wracking, but I've always been fine in the past, so I'm not sweating it too much. Obviously, this virus has just thrown a wrench in everybody's lives and kind of disrupted society as a whole. So it has not been a fun time. Yeah, my kids are still home from school. I don't think they're planning on going back, honestly, for the rest of the year, the way it's looking like. So it's
I've heard like now,
crazy.
I've heard like recent guidelines even pushing to like mid-June, to where you start like having like groups of people coming back together.
Right.
Which is
there's even rumors that like we could face another outbreak in the winter with this virus. So it's all scary shit, man. But we'll see, one step at a time.
Yeah, and that's why I actually I heard a recent thing showing that PAX West is still on schedule to happen, but it sounds like they're kind of like, if we can do it, we will. Obviously, if we can't, we won't. But they're still kind of at least like planning to have it on, because it's obviously like around, because it's going to happen September 4th through the 7th, which is Labor Day weekend. And so then it's always just kind of like up in the I have a feeling it's going to be more kind of like up in the air, and because no one really knows how things are going to be in 2 weeks from now, or 4 weeks, much less 3 months,
Right.
I'm still crossing my fingers that 343 still does their community day.
Right.
Just because because I got invited last year, and I would really like to go again.
Right. Yeah.
And I hope it's not on Saturday, because I have a wedding to go to on Saturday that weekend.
Yeah, you better. You are going to. You bet. Yo, if I come to PAX, you fucking better be there, Kevin. I'm coming. I'm finding you. Okay.
Well, the weekend of PAX, Saturday night, I have a wedding to go to. I will trust you with my apartment, though, Pat.
No, I'm not staying in your place without you. We'll see. We'll talk. We'll get there. We gotta see if it's even gonna be on. Yeah, I honestly. I can't see them not canceling PAX, but things could take a turn for the better. I mean, they're even talking about the NFL season not going on, or like playing without fans. So I can't imagine any conferences. I mean, what, PAX is in August, right?
It'll be September 4th through the 7th this year.
September 4th through the 7th.
Yeah, Labor Day weekend.
That's just like a month and a half removed from E3, and E3's been canceled. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, but on the other side, I've been gaming side of things. I've been playing Halo 2 on PC.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Shocker.
Oh, wow. I know.
Wow.
It's almost like we're like a segue into our main topic today of Halo 2 on PC. And so I've been playing a bunch of the fighting process. Pat and I were both invited. And like I said, I put a good amount of time into that flight so far. Gonna put some more time in tonight, right after this podcast live stream. And I've been really enjoying it. I've been trying to really also kind of grind out the keyboard and mouse controls, because I just love playing mouse and keyboard when it comes to shooters.
Right.
But I feel like with Halo, it might be kind of a controller-focused game. But I want to see your reactions, Pat. What has your experience been with playing the flight? I haven't actually had a chance to play with you yet.
No, we haven't played together yet.
Yeah, I think our schedules just haven't lined up.
No, it's been we're streaming a little bit of earlier. I haven't played much of it. We played Friday or Saturday. Me, Raps, and Jim set up like some custom games and played with a couple of the viewers, like some 2v2s and 2v3s and stuff. And that was actually really, really fun on H2A. We had some laughs there. But multiplayer wise, I've maybe 10 matches or less I've played. I've got some campaign time in, like I said, doing some recording on that. It feels good. I mean, it feels good on mouse and keyboard. I feel that I'm still, like I said, not competent enough to really just move fully over to mouse and keyboard with Halo. Like Valorant, like I've been playing. Obviously, Valorant, you cannot play that game with a controller, so I've been just playing that mouse and keyboard and feeling fine playing that. When I switch back over to Halo, it's just strafing. Like my long range BR and stuff, I feel like I'm fine with, but short range battles with strafing and stuff, it feels so foreign to me. I guess still got to just put more time into it. You know, I still feel to this day Halo CE was the only game I could just jump into multiplayer with a mouse and keyboard and feel decent. Halo 2 is obviously a little bit more fast paced than Halo CE was, and then I can't even imagine trying to play Halo 4 or Halo 5 with a mouse and keyboard. I would my eyes would bleed. It's just too much for me. So yeah, that's been going on, and like I said, it feels good. It looks absolutely gorgeous, especially when you crank that FOV. I usually don't crank the FOV too much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but on Halo 2, I cranked it all the way up. And it looks so freaking good. So that's been pretty cool. What have you been thinking about it?
So I have played a little bit of the campaign, but mainly focusing on the multiplayer since each day has been like a different kind of flavor, I guess you want to call it. But just kind of hopping forth between 4v4 and BTB at the moment. Mainly played BTB. I kind of missed. I got the first day it came out was 4v4s, and then I did BTB. Missed the 2v2 day, and then I played BTB again. But today we're recording, we're doing 4v4, so I think I might hop onto that after this stream of the podcast here. But for the campaign side of things, like crank that baby up to 120 FOV, you know, and just have a good time. Like I feel like Halo 2 actually plays out pretty well on mouse and keyboard.
Yeah,
I think better than Reach. I think just because like
definitely better than Reach, yeah.
I think it's because like without the balloon mechanics, it doesn't really mess with like your red reticle range. The bullet magnetism isn't as strong, I think, in H2 Classic at least.
Yeah,
H2A I haven't really tested it out. Yeah, and then because like also with Classic, you have to lead your shots a little bit because the sniper and BR are both projectile in that game. Even though it's twice as fast projectiles as like Halo 3, but you still got to lead your shots a little bit. So that there's definitely does help when it comes to just being able to move around the map and stuff like that, which is nice. Hopping over to play like H2A, you definitely see like the difference of gameplay, what happens when you have hit scan compared to projectile weaponry. And but for like the PC side of things, like I've actually been really enjoying it. I've been mainly focusing playing on mouse and keyboard, and it's honestly been feeling pretty good for me. Like there's been some shots where I'm like, I would have hit that if I was playing on a controller.
Yeah.
But then like I miss shots anyways because I'm just average.
This is true.
At best.
This is true. I can vouch for this.
So like sometimes I'm just like shooting my sniper. I'm just like, man, I should have hit those. But I'm getting better though. Like on the I'm getting much more consistent though. I think it's just a matter of playing in with it more in practice. Yeah. Like I said, like with the movement and like the way the BR shoots and the red reticle range and the bullet magnetism is that, and also that like your spread is like set, and so then I feel like that plays a huge part when it comes to controller advantage, just because like with Reach you have like variations in shooting speed depending on like range and stuff like that, and shooting mechanics, which I like about Reach. I think it's kind of an interesting way to kind of vary up the gameplay, so you're not just shoot. You gotta like put some thought behind it. But I think for like
BR is a lot more, in my opinion, forgiving of a weapon than the DMR, which takes a lot more precision and patience and stuff. So yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I tried playing a little bit of the campaign. I haven't played all of the missions yet, but I tried playing Delta Halo, which is one of my favorite missions like in Halo history, and had the same issue as I did on the original Xbox, where like right when you get to like the end of the mission where you go down like that pathway that goes down to like the profit room where all the
where all the honor guards are.
Game crashes.
Really?
Yeah, I got a fatal error last night playing it. It was running smooth until that point, and then it crashed. Of course, I had that exact same point as well. I had a crash on the original Xbox as well.
That's so weird. Yeah, that's weird. I did not. I just played that mission today, and well, I did some speedrunning tactics mixed in there, so I didn't do the full straight through that mission. But that's crazy. That sucks. That sucks that you got that on the Xbox and now you have that problem on PC. Hopefully that's fixed up before the launch. Was it
Yeah,
say
which
like Unreal Engine 4 crash or whatever?
it just said fatal error. I think it
Fatal.
might have been Unreal 4 thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
any crash I've
And
ever gotten on MCC has always said like UE4 crash or whatever. So we'll see.
yeah. But yeah, we'll go into that issues as well with the errors with this right now.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm saying like the experience of it is pretty good. There is a bit of that framiness with H2A on PC. Kind of same thing with Reach.
Yeah.
Where like, even though you're getting like 120 frames, it looks like 120, but it feels a bit framey.
Right.
And 343 does acknowledge this. They do know about it as well. So I think we can probably move over to like the different like the goals and content, stuff like that. The 343 kind of outlined going into this right here. You can see like the goals are here, obviously, as a test. The goals are here to basically just kind of test the challenges, gather feedback and content listed below, ensure all supporting systems are functioning properly, and in preparation of bringing Halo 2 and Halo 2 Anniversary to the Master Chief Collection on PC, which is another thing. You can't find the UI for challenges.
Yeah.
It's not in the game.
I searched for that. Like, I searched through everything day one because I was so excited. We were both very excited for that feature.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like when you beat a mission on campaign, it will say challenge completed. Oh, beat this mission on normal. Beat this like you get a little notification bar come up, but that's it. Like you can't go to view the challenges or nothing. So, kind of a bummer. I doubt they will. I hope they patch it in maybe, but I thought that was like you said that was laid out in their goals. Like they wanted the the challenge system. They wanted to test it out, and you can't really test it out if it ain't there. So yeah, I was kind of looking forward to that. And then I don't know if you got any. I made one thumbnail in the theater mode. Did you get any experience with theater yet?
I played a bit of that, and like it plays pretty well. I think I might just use a controller though in theater mode.
Yeah,
just because when I was using the mouse and keyboard, my biggest issue really was just using WASD keys because like the motion is just like it's just the nature of the input of when it comes to using like mouse and keyboard. It's like all or nothing.
Right.
Like with the controller,
like
you
get
can
that
kind of
full
like
360 kind of movement with the thumbsticks to really position the camera the way you want.
Yeah, you get that gradual speed of movement you can do with the controller. Where like you can go like just a little bit here, or like mouse and keyboard is just like bump, bump, bump. So if that's a good hand gesture of what it's like.
Yes.
So, but it's great though because then you'll be able to take like screenshots and probably like 4K.
Yeah.
Which are pretty freaking nice. Sweet.
Yeah.
The frame rate's locked at 60, which honestly, if it launches like that, doesn't bother me.
No.
Just because like there really is no like popular video platform that utilizes anything above 60 FPS.
Right.
And because like that's what theater mode's for, really. I mean, obviously you can like review your gameplay and stuff like that too, but you don't need like 120 frames to understand where people spawn and where what mistakes you made. Right. People were doing just fine on 30 FPS on that when it came to the original Halo 3. So they do know of that issue too, that it's locked at 60 because like I was playing like 120 plus, but when I go back to theater mode, it's just 60. But honestly, for a theater mode, it doesn't really bother me too much on that.
No, not at all.
And so we got different content. I mentioned different content here. So we have different features like looking to try out the challenge system, the customization for Halo 2 and Halo 2 Anniversary, theater mode for Halo 2 Anniversary using mouse and keyboard inputs. Like I said, I mentioned that. Like I think I might just use a controller just so you can, because like with getting a nice screenshot, you gotta get like that right angle, And it's a little tricky to do that with the inputs of the WASD keys, but
it still feels good. Like don't get that confused, people. That it doesn't. It does feel good. I took my screenshot with mouse and keyboard, but it was a quick little just go into one match, find the right angle. Find that looks pretty good in 4K. Let me screenshot that.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. But yeah, I would definitely still say you get more control over it with a controller. But but mouse and keyboard still feels like good. It feels good. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just maybe us being used to controller too, using theater so long with controller. Could play an issue, but anybody who just primarily like doesn't even own a controller, you'll be fine using it in theater mode. It works just fine.
And then also for more content here, they're testing for Halo 2 content. Most of this also transfer over the Halo 2 anniversary, but we got single player, co-op, and also got co-op campaign, multiplayer, matchmaking, custom games, customization, and challenges. All that same stuff for Halo 2 anniversary, but they also throw on theater mode as well. So the schedule for the flight, it kind of alternates every day. So I'll put this in the link in the description for the podcast as well, so you can kind of just come back to this video or the or going back on Spotify or Podbean, just check out the description of this video, see what the schedule is going to be for this. But you can see that like every day it's going to be some a little different. There was alternating between BTB for 8s and also 2v2s. So today is the 22nd. So today with the videos we're going to post it'll be on the 23rd, which will be a 2v2 day. Then you go to 8v8. Then you have 4v4. Then finishing off the flight with 8v8 on the 26th. The flight ends officially on the 27th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But really the last day is the 26th.
Right.
And Team Hardcore for Halo 2 Classic is going to be available every day. We tried matching, I think. Yeah, we tried playing with Arash, I think Jimbo, and I think one of the guys from the stream as well. We tried matching up in some Halo 2 Hardcore and couldn't find a match.
'Tis a shame.
I think people were just waiting for Halo 3.
Yeah.
Or just people, I think maybe just that might be just kind of the general issue with the MCC. It's that I don't think anyone's really willing to grind out one of these games for like to get really good, like a 50 or whatever.
Right.
Just because like the next game's coming out probably like in 3 months. Everyone's going to want to play that new one. And, these are old games that aren't going to be, honestly, not going to be very relevant by the end of this year when you have Infinite coming around. So like a hardcore community, I don't think it's going to be very strong. But when it does release, you guys definitely want to jump into some hardcore if you want to just enjoy those settings and sweat it up, because that's the first thing that kind of dies out when it comes to Halo right nowadays.
Yeah.
But yeah. And so keep in mind of all that greatness, guys. So like I said, check out the description, refer back to this video or podcast on your preferred platform just for the schedule and all that greatness. Talking about some of the issues like we mentioned earlier, there are some issues going on with this flight as well, but they're known. A good amount of them, actually. If I switch over to the screen here, you can kind of see just like every dot right here is like a known issue with the game. Let's say some of the bigger ones were like definitely with like Halo 2, just campaign and multiplayer, that the FPS is locked at 60 or multiples of 60.
Yeah.
So either like 60 frames, 120, 180, or
180, 240.
240. Yeah.
I got the math for you. I'm the maths.
Which is which doesn't sound like that big of an issue, but the thing is that like a lot of might not be at those frame rates, and so then what could happen is screen tearing, where like refresh rate of your game doesn't match your monitor, which definitely would be very game breaking of an experience there for you. I did make a video on my channel, but just kind of highlighting the 10 known issues, or 10 issues out of this whole list I thought were something that worth mentioning, because you have things like Elite's not dual wielding in campaign. I'm like, shucks. Whatever. There was one I saw that was kind of interesting, saying stuttering when moving or on objects is present when unlimited frame rate is enabled. That's what the thing we were talking about earlier about the stuttering frames when it comes, especially with H2A, little bit with the Halo 2 Classic, but mainly H2A on that one.
And the music is definitely a lot louder in H2A than it is when you flip back and forth between the graphics. It's almost inaudible when you're in classic mode, and then H2A, you're just like, I'm like, oh my god.
I feel like I'm gonna have to be like a DJ, almost like mixing like the game audio between when I'm searching like Slayer for like H2A and H2C, Okay, here comes the drop. Oh, and it's Warlock. But yeah, and also there's also some like weird ones kind of going on too, like decals from the Gauss Hog turret will detach when the model is firing, which like it's like with that, with the Gauss Hog, there's like this reload animation. but on the face
Yeah,
of
the
it, there's like a
little,
decal, and then the decal will just like fly up with like the reload animation.
yeah, it's weird.
Just weird stuff like weird little things
Little
like
wonky
that.
stuff. Yeah,
And
I noticed.
yeah,
I don't know if you know.
like, go
You
ahead.
said you haven't played much campaign, right? On H2A, on Arbiter missions, when you have your sword out and you can see Arbiter's, hand that he doesn't have the weapon in his left hand, you can see all his armor just fine. But when holding a carbine or something, like pieces of his armor are missing on his arm, and it looks really wonky and weird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I'll have to look to see if that's a known issue, or if I have to submit a ticket for that to do my part as being a flighter. Got to feel like I
do
earned
my
that.
part.
I do my part. So we'll see. I'll have to double check that, because you are not, people, supposed to put in a ticket if it's already on the known issues list. Remember that. So always look before you submit a ticket to make sure it's not on that list.
Look before you jump. Exactly. And there's some other little kind of funky issues. I mentioned here about bullet registration not in parity with the original Halo 2. Again, like I'm trying to recall back in 2004 to 6, be like, how was the bullet registration?
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, don't really remember. I mean, there was a Tommy, and the same thing with like they mentioned about the spawn system not being the same as Halo 2 original as well.
Yeah, I can't remember none of that crap.
Yeah, I mean, like the spawn system to me works fine. Like some of the starting spawns are a little questionable,
Right.
but I just kind of chalked out to being an older game. Like it's not like CE where you're spawning in front of people going like, But the bullet registration one might be interesting, because I did recently see a Tommy Cost video showing in Halo 3 specifically about how the bullet registration on 360 is different than the MCC. Basically, as obviously in Halo 3, you have to lead your shots when someone's like moving across your screen. They showed in original Halo 3 that if you're still in red reticle range, but your target is kind of like tailing behind their motion, the bullets will still kind of like magnetize and hit them anyways. You might miss a few shots out of that 3-round burst, but they're still going to hit. And with the MCC, that like even if you have red reticle range, but you're trailing behind them, that you might get like 1, maybe 2 bullets out of that 3-round burst will hit, or if any. So
couldn't that be chalked up to frame rate changes, server tick rate changes that they've made to MCC? All that stuff has to be a factor in that kind of stuff, which makes it really hard to adjust.
Or going from P2P, peer-to-peer connections
to dedicated servers. Yeah.
To dedicated servers, and also upping the tick rate, or having I'm sure just having a faster tick rate when it comes to dedicated servers compared to peer-to-peer, and also bumping up that frame rate. I'm sure there's some little details like that kind of get mixed up. And I do know that like a lot of people mentioned previously, I've heard about like in Halo 3, if you do kind of like a quick scope drag shot kind of thing, that like a lot of times you might see it go like, well, how did that shot hit? And that's just kind of like the game has to like make up for like where your reticle was during this time, even though it might not line up on screen, it lined up like in game.
Right.
And so a lot of like shots that you could pull off like on the 360, not so much on the MCC.
Oh, that's why I missed so many shots now. Oh, that's what it is.
It's the game, not me.
It's the sun in my eyes, I swear.
Yes. Well, actually, you mentioned about that. The sun is not actually rendering in Halo 2 classic graphics as well.
Sick.
So there is that too. But yeah, we have there's a whole list of things. Again, if we went over the whole thing, this would be like a 3-hour long podcast. And obviously, Pat has more important things to do, like play Valorant, apparently.
Yes. Yes.
Kidding.
Can't wait. We don't
want to keep you guys here all day just talking over these little errors. Like I said, I did make a video about this if you want to check that out, or if you want to check out the description for all the errors, will be linked in this podcast show notes as well.
Sick.
But so we went over the content, we went over the schedule, we went over the known errors. So I mean, overall, like even though we kind of talked about these like errors and issues like that, H2A, H2C still plays great.
Pretty good.
And pretty good. It plays better than what CE did at launch, or in the flights as well.
Yeah.
The bullets are shooting where they should be going. But so I mean, when this flight ends on the 26th is like the last day. 27th officially ends. That what day would you expect the release date to be of Halo 2
Before May 14th.
coming to PC?
I would
Before
say
May
halfway through
14th.
I'd say a couple weeks after. I think it would be. I mean, do you remember when they did CE Flight compared to when it surprise release? I remember it was what, February 4th? Was it February or March 4th?
It was
Yeah,
March when it
March
released.
4th. I'm pretty sure
How long
end
does
of like middle of February was the flight, right? Can't remember.
Yeah, February was the flight date. Yeah, I'm looking up right now. It doesn't. Sure, March 3rd
March 3rd.
is when Halo 2. Yeah, so exactly what, 4 months then after release of Reach,
Yeah, or
which is
3
not,
months.
also on
Reach
Tuesday. So
released in on December 3rd.
yeah, and so which was also a Tuesday, and so it looks like they might be kind of keeping in that style.
Yeah,
And
they
in
could.
that case, I'd probably put it on a May 12th to either May 5th, May 12th, or May 19th release
Yeah,
of
I
this
would say
game.
right around there.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect a huge delay between when the flight ends and when this game releases, like less than a month.
Yeah.
I would say you expect a good release of that, and people will enjoy it. It'll be lovely.
And then
Fantastic
on to Halo
experience.
3, what everybody's waiting for.
What about ODST though?
Oh yeah, dude, how could I forget? And Halo 4. I mean, oh my god.
Well, ODST happens chronologically before Halo 3. And they're
Yeah,
going
but
chronologically with these
ODST,
games.
no, they're not. Their ODST comes after Halo 3 as far as release.
Releases, yeah.
No, I'm saying
But they said,
as part of MCC, they've already announced the order in which they're coming out, and ODST will be after Halo 3.
what?
Yes.
What? But they said they're going to
Yes.
do it chronologically.
No, not
Like, with, like,
not
the-
story order. No, they're going.
Wow.
Yes, it's.
I could have sworn.
Reach, CE, 2, 3, ODST, then 4. God, dude, look up your facts, Kevin. God.
I mean, I agree with that schedule more.
Yeah, I mean that is.
I
the
like that schedule
I'm telling
more.
you. I'm telling you right now. Look me in the eyes. That's the schedule.
So okay, more they might even do ODST and 3 at the same time.
They could,
Yeah.
yeah, because ODST is not launching with a multiplayer or anything. So
Yeah. Though how sick would that be if they did launch with a Firefight on PC?
Yeah, that would make a lot of people happy. And then the
Oh
Xbox
my
be,
gosh.
where's our Firefight? Oh, we gotta wait a week.
Yeah, it's true. You gotta make it for Xbox too.
Yeah.
Those plebs, man. No. Oh, jeez. Oh, God, we just lost subscribers after saying that. But yeah, so far right now, H2A is pretty damn awesome. Definitely looking forward to the release. And we'll definitely be streaming more of it, playing more of it. I know after these flight ends, my plan is to beat Fallen Order before Halo 2 releases on PC.
Yeah, you should have enough time.
I need to beat that. I need to play through that game. But yeah, and but still releasing Halo 2 content because like the content's been going off on the channels.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah,
it's
I'm
a
making
it's a
my
bit of a
push towards
Mhm.
2,000 subs. I'm like 20 away now, so
damn
we're gonna
nice.
try to get to 3,000 by the end of the year. That's
Hell
the
yeah,
goal.
dude. You will. You
Thanks,
will.
man.
Especially with the Infinite coming around, you will.
Oh yeah,
And it's gonna be a lot of hype for Halo 3. There's gonna be a lot of people clicking and checking that stuff out.
true that.
That's what everyone's really waiting for is just Halo 3.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's true. I hate to
Mm.
admit it, but it's true. Especially the
But
whole
yeah.
El Dorito community is, waiting patiently for Halo 3.
Right. But yeah. So I think that kind of goes everything when it comes to Halo 2 on PC. It's great.
Yeah.
It's fun. Can't wait for it. Look for a May release date for that one. And so we can move over to the playlist updates, which actually we had a new playlist update happen the day of making this podcast for the MCC, which we're checking out right here. That we see that the rotational playlist has changed, rotated in Halo 2 Anniversary and the slot for Social 4v4. Rotated Shotty Snipers out. Rotated, and finally rotated Experimental AR BTB is out for a rotational playlist, which I still find that just like a redundant playlist. Like, why did we need to test this out? I think it was just to make people shut up.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah, probably.
People are gonna be upset about it. Some people are gonna be upset about it for like 2 months, and then they're gonna forget about it.
Yeah.
I just start with the DMR, dude. It's fine.
Yeah.
Hardcore settings have changed. Partial team matching enabled, which is good. So I think that's probably about 3 teams of 3 or more. Only matching teams of 3 or more for Reach Hardcore. And reduce skill rank matching restrictions, which that is huge. That was needed like 2 months ago, because I'm level 22 on PC for ranked hardcore Reach, and I can never find a game.
Yeah.
I was at one stream. I streamed the first 45 minutes of the stream was me searching for a
Sitting there.
match.
Yeah.
That's where I came up with this like quarantine song, because we're just sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
Oh man. I even like filled out the lot. I think I was searching with like one other or 2 other people as well. Just nobody was searching, and I'm ranked 22. Like that should be like the most generous, plus 10, plus or minus 10. I wonder what the restrictions are. What I mean by reduced, I think it was plus...
actually searching for it.
But
That'd
I know
be
like
the biggest one.
I know the original restrictions were plus or minus 10 of your rank. That's who you'd play against. Now I wonder if how much they expanded. I mean, obviously reducing if you made 11. Yeah, that's reducing the skill rank restrictions a little bit, but is it plus 20? I don't know. But also keep in mind that double global XP is still going on. It'll go on till the end of this month on the 29th, which is a Wednesday. So that's actually literally like next week is double XP is over. So, oh no.
Yeah.
Same thing with Halo 5 as well.
Nice freaking earning that much XP. It's very nice, I should say.
Oh, very nice, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And for Halo 5, it actually has a little bit of a playlist update as well. You can see right here that the this week, we're recording as April 22nd, right? So Rock and Rail comes in for Pat's birthday.
Yeah.
Look at that.
They know. They know. They know, even though I don't got that game on my hard drive anymore. They know.
And then for the what's it, the weekend for the 30th? The 30th is Thursday. Wow, I have a really quick math mind right there. For next week, you got April 30th, you have CE Anniversary and Warzone Turbo returning as well. Sadly enough, I didn't get a chance to play ODST Slayer, just never got around to doing it. Obviously, ODST Slayer is a solid game mode. We also got Roman King coming in soon. Love me some Roman King. Ranked
game mode.
Ranked Snipers is coming in May 7th, actually. I know some people will like that. For Halo 5, Griffball, Warzone Assault, and an Action Sack to kind of end out May. Well, not end up May, but end out for what we know of so far. And so that's awesome. Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to being able to jump in and play some Halo 2 or Halo CE Anniversary on Reach. If you guys haven't had a chance to play that, definitely do it. It's like CE, but the bullets actually register.
But better. But decent.
Yeah, exactly.
With decent spawns.
Yeah, logical spawns and logical hit action.
Yeah.
So it's fun. Definitely want to jump in and try it if you guys can. And maps that are designed for like Solitary, that Prisoner remake looks so good.
Yeah.
It plays so well too. But yeah, I think that's kind of does about everything for the podcast today, really.
Short one, but hey, it's flight. It's the flight, baby.
Yeah, I mean that's what everyone's talking about right now.
Yeah,
I've been enjoying it. Yeah, we shared our thoughts and opinions. You know,
we did
our issues, our loves, and essentially, it's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
But before we end it off, Pat, where can people find you on the internet?
People can find me on the interwebs at the Patman Gaming. That would be the Twitter handle. The Patman Gaming, twitch.tv/the Patman Gaming. If you guys want to check out live streams, been doing a lot of MCC achievement grinding. We are down to like 15 achievements left in MCC out of the 700. Most of those being the dreaded lasso. I've been saving that one for last. So.
Oh God.
And besides that.
To you. Birthday to P.
Oh. It's a honey bun.
That's great.
That's awesome. Thank
That's
you, babe.
amazing.
Let me make my wish real quick. I wish
Yeah.
we could hit 3,000 subs on YouTube this year. Thank you, babe. Appreciate it.
That was
I will enjoy
that was
this.
exactly.
She's
at
like
12
right
o'clock.
on time. She's got to be
Right
the
on the
first
dot.
one to wish me happy birthday. So
Right on
that's
the
awesome.
dot.
And
Like,
she calls me Hun Bun all the time, so that's why she got me a honey bun.
Aww.
But I'm sorry.
You're loved.
Besides that, you guys can find me on YouTube searching Patman Gaming for all your latest Halo news, just like Kevin. Halo news and some like speculation videos about Infinite and stuff like that. So that's about it. What about you, Kevin? Where can people find you?
Actually, I talked about your speculation video. I did see your speculation video. Did get a shout out by Halo Cannon for a community shout outs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Mentioned
Yeah,
that the
I
Halo
do get a
Infinite,
lot of
like,
people come
video.
over like, hey, Ian recommended me to your channel. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man, cool.
Mm-hmm. He's recommended this podcast as well now. So
Yep.
thank you,
Ian. Shout out to
Halo
you.
Cannon. Halo Cannon. Appreciate it, man. Hopefully we see you this year for PAX.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah. And so yeah, on our end, of course, you can check out, like I mentioned earlier, you can check out the podcast on YouTube. You check us out on Halo Outreach Podcast on Podbean and Halo Outreach Podcast on Spotify as well. And so if you guys don't want to waste your phone battery while watching on your phone, you can listen in and get the same experience. So obviously, you might not get the same experience as a honey bun coming in with a candle lit on it. So that's that's a trade-off.
For true. That is for true.
Those are some of the trade-offs you got to make right there. So but it's a phone batteries or lit honey buns.
Yeah, so, that honey bun is lit.
Yeah.
Literally.
But yeah, and so for all my content, you can find me at KevinKoolx on YouTube, at KevinKoolx Halo on Twitter, Twitch. We've been streaming often on KevinKoolx, right there, or I should say twitch.tv/KevinKoolx. That's the proper way to put it, at least.
That would be it. Yep.
And we do have a Discord. Pat and I each have our own Discords. You want to check it out. Again, links to everything that we mentioned are in the description down below. So please go give them a follow if you want to keep in touch with us, guys. Of course, your followership and viewership here on the podcast is more than appreciated. And we thank you all for your great support. The support on the podcast last episode was huge. We got like 1,000+ views on our last YouTube video, dude. That's insane. That was huge.
Tremendous.
Fantastic. No one else would say anything better.
Very big views. Very big.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, I will do this all for the podcast this evening. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We greatly appreciate it. Pat, you get the final word.
I have dirty hands, so I don't know what to do with them.
Bye.